everybody, it's me, Amy from Amy Jane's Creations, and I am back for another monthly update. First of all, thank you to all the people who watch my videos and who comment. I'm really good about reading the comments the first week or two after I post, and then YouTube doesn't send me updates or notices that I get comments, so I kind of forget about it. And so it was really fun. Just a few days ago, I went back and saw that there was more comments. So thank you for all those who do, because it's nice to see that somebody's actually watching. Yeah. So anyway, and yeah, thanks for continuing to watch. And if you, for some reason, very rare occasion that you have stumbled on my video and are not yet subscribed, if you're kind of weird, then please do. All right, so let's jump right in with what I have been doing. I did exactly what I said I wanted to do. I wanted to finish 2 major projects and fully finish a whole bunch of stuff. And I did. So let's start with my finishes. Yeah? Okay. And I'm just realizing here, I'll just grab this to put behind it. First, I worked on Lola Crow Haunted Library, and I worked and worked and worked and worked, and it is all done. And let me tell you, while I was finishing up things, I went page by page by page, okay? I don't know how many spots I found where I had missed 1 stitch or 2 stitches. And it was like, oh no, I color completed this. Nothing left of this color is on there. No, there was. So even when I'm trying to be as thorough as I think and as careful as I can be, I still miss stuff. But I absolutely loved this piece. I loved working on it. I loved how I would look at the pattern on paper and not be sure what things were, and then I would get them stitched and go, oh my gosh, it's the hand. Oh, that's a skull. Oh, that's a poison apple. It would just, I love this stitch. I love this stitch. Now I am on the hunt for a super cool, old, beat up, awesome frame to put it in. I thought I had found one at the thrift store the other day, which I will show when I get around to my acquisitions. It was a really cool looking oval, but it was not quite big enough. This really needs more of a squarish frame, and the oval was not gonna. It's not wide enough or tall enough at its tallest points. So I will continue to look, but it's just a thing of beauty. I'm so happy. So then, after I finished that gorgeousness, I decided to work and work and work and work and work and finish this, Amy's Cross Stitch Stash. This is by Doreen Jones. I bought it off her website. I changed the colors. The turquoise was supposed to be a lighter green, and that dark teal was supposed to be a darker green. And I switched those out, but everything else is the called for. And I really like this. And I know exactly how I'm going to finish it, but I was finishing so much other stuff this video is already a few days later than I wanted to film it. And so I was like, look, stop trying to finish everything and just show what you've got already. So this will be in the next round of finishing, but so fun. If I had to do this over again, I would have done these letters also in a different color. But I like pink, I like turquoise, and I like purple. And the gold accents, like the stork scissors, those are really well done. Super, super cute. So that is my... And look, she's got the needle threader on there. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Doreen. It was beautiful. So, and then after I got those shoes finished, I really was, in between when I would stitch, I was working on finishing things. But I did finally there were a few days where I was like, I'm tired of finishing. I want to stitch. I stitch because I like to. It's relaxing. It's calming. And sometimes finishing is also fun, but there's a lot of like overthinking and decision making and like, is this going to look right? And frustration when it does not. We'll get to that in a minute. So I picked out this Snow Capped by Little Stitch Girl, Jordan Nicole. And this was the pattern from Stitch West in 2003 in the fall when I went. And I worked some more on that. Because this is this Quaker style of stitching, which, oh my gosh, once you get in the pattern, you can just go and go. So I did a whole bunch more on these trees. On this big tree. Did a bunch more here. I did several more of these trees. I did enough of this white here so I could get over to the lake. And I worked one day when I was waiting to get the our winter tires taken off and our spring tires put on. I brought this. I was only there for about half an hour, and I worked on. I had already done the border all the way around, but only one stitch, and so I completed that, and I got 2.5 sides done. So, yeah, nice and easy. I didn't have to think. I didn't have to change out anything. I just whipped. And look, there's my needle just sitting there right where I left it. But yeah, I'm really loving this. My only concern is I changed out the called for 3865 to B52 white because I was worried about it showing up, and it's still, like, you can see it in the camera, but in real life, it's not showing up so great. I'm gonna leave it, but I'm a little frustrated because I want it to pop. Because if you look on the model stitch, I've got the called for everything. That white, you can see that white better. I mean, I guess it doesn't really pop. So, I don't know. But the design itself is really beautiful and really fun. And I've never done anything like this before. And I really like it. So those were the 3 projects that I actually cross-stitched in this past month. And everything else I did was finishing. All right, so what do we got here? Well, I think, sorry, you get a close-up of my ear. I did shower this morning, so it's clean. The first thing I worked on, I'm going to show these, is my little stitching and sewing ornaments that I finished in the tart pans. Now, I will tell you, I got all 10 of these done. But can I tell you, did you see that? Did you see that, Paula? People, this is only my second time finishing something in a tart pan. We had issues. Okay, first of all, I stitched around this thing and pulled tight, to like get it to like all bunch up. They are not flat. As you can see, some of them are super lumpy and bumpy because there was extra fabric. I don't know what was wrong. And then first I used hot glue. That didn't work on some of them. So then I used, excuse me, I'm dropping everything. I used E6000 and they're not sticking. I don't know. So this one is hot glue. I'm gonna have to peel that off and redo that one. And then even with the E6000, I had to use my my little quilting clips to get it to stay in there. And you will see these edges are not crisp and clear, but they're done. They're just for my tree. If they were for a swap, or if they were for a gift, I am frustrated to the point that I might have completely redone them. But since it's just for me, I left it. And honestly, even redoing it, I don't know if I could have done any better. because some of them I didn't leave quite enough fabric around, but even the ones that did have enough fabric, they just didn't, like, look at this one. It's like kind of in, but not like this part I can still push down in. So I don't know. But anyway, they're done. They're cute enough on my tree. No one's going to come up and look at them super, super close. But I do at least need to finish them so that they stay in the tart, because they will notice if it plops out when it's on my tree. Sorry, I keep looking at the wrong side of the camera. So yeah, but I mean, originally there was like 5 of these that fell out. So I guess only 1 now. I've mostly solved the issue. Whatever. All right. Another finish I had is I did not actually stitch this cross stitch. This little piece was given to me by Dawn, Frosty X Stitch. And it's just a cute little thing. And at first I was going to make a pillow. And then I had this idea to use this frame. So in my library where I work, we have a cute little coffee corner, okay? And I have stitched something else before that I've shown in past video to decorate this. And then Dawn gave me this to also put there. Isn't that cute? Little mug of, it even looks like hot cocoa with some cookies on the side. So I decoupaged some fabric onto this wooden frame and popped that in the back. And it's got like a little wooden thing so it can sit up on its own. And I was thinking about painting the edges, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And yeah, there's that to go to decorate the little coffee tea corner in the library as well. We have it there so our patrons can come and get a tea or a coffee while they sit and browse new books. We also have, it's syrup. It's like a sugar syrup flavored for kids to get a little drink of water, flavored water if they want while they're looking at books. So yeah, this will go there. So I'm happy with that. And I for sure wanted to film this today because I'm working tomorrow and I want to bring it tomorrow to work to get that taken care of. And then I did my adorable jack-o'-lanterns. Now these in the Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition magazine, again dropping everything, they were finished in a hoop and they made like a little banner, like a little garland, and there was only 3 of them. So what I did is I took elements of a couple of them and made a 4th one, because I have little ornament stands that 2 of them that are on either side of our entertainment center, and I decorate them for all the holidays. And I have several Halloween decorations up there as already, ornaments, but I wanted these. I don't have like a Halloween tree, but I do have those ornament stands that I will put ornaments on. So I finished these, and I just finished them with felt on the back. And they are a little bit lumpy and bumpy, and I actually did that kind of on purpose. I didn't want them exactly smooth because a jack-o'-lantern is lumpy and bumpy. And they're kind of an ovally shape, a squarish ovally, because that to me was more pumpkin-y than a circle in the hoop. And yeah, they're not, as you can see, they're not exactly lined up. They're not exactly perfect, but I didn't want them to be. They're pumpkins. They're lumpy and bumpy, and that's how they are. So I'm excited for Halloween to come to put those up. And then the last thing I finished were these 3 summer ornaments. Now I have this for spring as well. And I have ideas for, and this hangs up kind of on the wall behind my little 3-tiered tray that I decorate. And so that is several different elements from from Cross Stitch magazine out of the UK that I put together to make a summer thing, because we do lots of travel in the summer. This is a free Brooks Books design pantry, and I added several beads. Called for a few, but I added more. And this is a free stitch from Pinker and Pumpkin blog. Pinker and Pumpkin. And put those together. And as you notice, they are red, white, and blue colors, but they are not overtly American. I did that because, as you see, we are also Swiss. That's my Swiss passport with my Swiss airplane. And we celebrate Canada Day because my husband has Canadian citizenship. And so I wanted it to match the colors of my other spring decorating or summer decorating, but without being overtly American. I can't have anything that's super, super patriotic. I do have a few very small patriotic pieces, but I also have Canadian patriotic ones and Swiss ones that I set out just for July 1st, July 4th, and August 1st. But for all of summer, I want things that are more generic, and this was perfect and fit the bill. So I'm super happy with that as well. Yay! I love having stuff fully finished. All right, so what else did I do? Well, like I said, I did a little shopping. So I went to, we have a really crazy, like Goodwill, used, thrift store near the grocery store where I shop. Okay, it's crazy in that it's basically a hoarder house disguised as a thrift store. It's literally like when I walk through, I have to hold my bag in front of me and walk with my arms like this and be very careful while I step, because you will knock stuff off shelves. You will step on things. It's just packed everywhere. I could never take my husband. He would go completely bonkers. He can't. No. But for me, it is a little crazy, but it's also fun to dig through and try to find something in all that mess. And she's always getting new stuff, and she's always selling stuff. She just would have, like, 1,000 people would have to come in and buy 10 things each for you to notice that there was a difference in what was, like, to make a dent in her inventory. But I went and I found this little wooden, it's not a horn book, but it's something like that. And I've seen them before, and they were always kind of a little pricey, but this was only 5 francs. So I got that. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for. I just got it because it was a good price. And then I found some pens and some other stuff that's not really cross-stitch related. And I said to her, yeah, I was looking for some frames, but your frames are all like, you've got actual art in them, and I don't want to pay $50 for the art. I just want the frame. And she's like, did you look downstairs? And I was like, there's a downstairs? She says, yeah, there's a downstairs, and there's a whole bunch of frames. They're all along the wall, but then I have a stack, like there's bins of empty frames. So I went downstairs, and down the stairs, like lining the stairs and on the wall, there's more stuff. So again, you have to walk carefully. But I did. I found these bins of frames, and I'm super happy I asked her about it. So I found this great oval frame that, again, I bought simply because it's an oval frame and it was a good price, and you don't walk away from oval frames. And then I found this one. And like I said, I originally thought that this piece could go in there. But as you see, it's wide enough. It is not tall enough. But it does look freaking cool in there, doesn't it? If it would just been a little bit bigger, oh, that would have rocked. So I was a little frustrated when I got home, but still, it was only $10 for Switzerland. That's a pretty good price. It's a nice oval frame, and I know I will be able to fit something in there. I may even put my Halloween witch. Yeah, I just thought it. I'm going to put my Halloween witch in there. All right, so I'm still happy I got it. And we'll keep on looking for something for that. Then some things came in the mail and some things didn't come in the mail, but they will be eventually. So let me tell you my story. So I placed an order with AliExpress, For my, I'm kitting up my giant, my first ever and hopefully only full coverage piece from Unconventional Cross Stitch. And I needed like a crazy amount of skeins of 939. So somebody, one of my German Flosstube friends, recommended ordering it from AliExpress. And I was a little hesitant, but I did. And it came, and it's great. It's the actual color. It's a full thing of it. It feels really nice. And so I was super happy. And I ordered from 123 Stitch. I ordered the 18 count. Yeah, this is 18 count, easy count, Aida. Okay? Aida. And it's a giant piece because this is going to be a giant thing. I mean, like this piece is huge. This piece of fabric, and yeah, what is it? 36 inches by 43 inches. But the finished piece, wide, is going to be over 2 feet. I mean, why not just go completely huge and crazy for your first ever full coverage? Why get the small when you can get the completely bonkers sized one? So I ordered that, and then my brother was coming, as I mentioned in my last video, my brother was coming the beginning of April. And so I ordered a whole bunch of the floss from 123 Stitch and a bunch of beads that I needed, not for this piece, but for other pieces, and had it sent to my brother. And it didn't come, and it didn't come. And he's like, it's not here, Aim. And I was like, well, it should be there because they said they sent it. 123 Stitch is really good about that. And then he said, what address did you send those to? And I said, oh, blah, blah, blah. Told him the address. He's like, Amy, I haven't lived there in 7 years. I sent it to his old address. I got excited making the order. I didn't take the time to double check. I just looked in my contacts, but it was my old contacts, not my new contacts list. Sent it to the wrong address. Fortunately, it's a very small town that he lives in. He went over and asked the people, and they were like, we didn't get your package. And of course, I sent it to his name at a different address. So I'm sure the mailman was like, this guy doesn't live at this address. I'm not delivering this package. I don't believe that they would lie, and I don't believe that they would keep it because, I mean, the chances of one of them being a cross-stitcher and then being dishonest cross-stitcher, the odds are just, they're too enormous for me to believe that they got the package and lied about it. So I contacted 123 Stitch, and I was like, I did a stupid thing. And the customer service lady was very kind. She made a note on the package, and she's like, look, it's somewhere in the postal service. It'll eventually come back to us, and when it does, I put a note on your thing that we will contact you. You can pay the extra shipping and just have it sent to Switzerland. And I said, great, thank you. Because their shipping is very reasonable. And it was still mostly under the amount that I don't think I'm going to get dinged for customs. But if I do, it's the stupid tax, and I will pay it because I sent it to the wrong address. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and it still has not come back to their offices. And the thing is, in my head, I'm going through, like, I've seen all those videos of, like, postal services, literally, postal workers hucking packages into the river because they're so overworked and underpaid that they can't keep up with the demand. And I was like, maybe all my floss is just floating down the Mississippi. I mean, okay, he lives in the East Coast, but, like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And so then I get, like a week ago, I get an email from 123 Stitch. And they're like, hey, would you like to review your order of blah, blah, blah? And they send me like this whole list of all the stuff that's in this order that's nowhere to be found. And I just wrote them back and was like, I would love to review it, but I can't because I never received it. It was sent to the wrong address and it's never come back. And so if it ever shows up, I'd be happy to review it. not thinking I would hear from them again because it's like an automated thing, right? Oh no, I heard from him. She immediately, like the next day, emails me back. She's like, oh, I looked into your account and I see all the notes. I am so sorry. You know what we'll do? We're just going to resend this out to you again. No charge. Don't worry about it. Tell me what your new address is. So I sent her the address and I was like, oh my gosh. And you know, tell me how I pay for the extra shipping. She's like, oh, we have your credit card on file. Is this the thing, right card? And I was like, yeah, that's the right card. Okay. Like really fast back and forth. We'll send that out. So they're sending it to me. I was the idiot and gave them the wrong address. And they're just also hoping on the universe to bring them back their $50 worth of goods. But they're sending it to me again. And I don't have to buy them. I don't have to pay for all the supplies all over again. I just had to pay for the shipping from the US to Switzerland. I am now a 123 Stitch customer for freaking life. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So hopefully that will be coming in the next few days and then I can finally start. But until it does, I'm just working on whatever I feel like working at the time. Because I have a feeling that full coverage is going to take over my life when it comes. So yeah. All right. So that's my story of being done. Now, in case you weren't completely clued in, I'm going to tell you another story, okay? While I hold up my awesome, beautiful cross stitch so that hopefully it becomes my screen grab. I lost my car. I went to downtown Zurich with some friends and I picked them up and then we all went to downtown together and we parked and I parked the car and we walked through Zurich and then their little kids were getting tired so they hopped on the streetcar to go back to their hotel and I walked back to where the car was. But you see, because I was with other people when I parked the car, I didn't make as strong a mental note of how to get back to my car as I should have. Yeah, so I kind of knew where I was parked and then I got to a certain point and I realized I can see in my head exactly where my car is, but I don't know how to get to there from where I am currently. And so I walked around and I went down one street. Nope, that's not it. Backtracked all the way. I must have missed a turn off, so I went back down. Back down this whole road again. Nope, still wasn't there. Turned back around, and then I realized, oh, I'm on the wrong side of the tracks. We went through the train station. I'm on the other side of the tracks. So I went through the train station, came back up. Oh yes, I remember. Walked to a certain point and then went, I have now come as far as I can remember. Again, I'm at a point where I know where I am and I can see in my head where my car is. But how to get from where I am to where my car is? No clue. So I walked 3 things and I knew that I was in Park 20. Spot 20, okay? And they're marked on the street, and there is no other number 20. So if worse came to worse, I knew that I could go to a policeman. There were a whole bunch around because it was May 1st, and that is Labor Day here, which means there's always protests and stuff. So there are a whole bunch of police out ready to interfere if there was a protest. And so I knew I could just go up to one of them and be like, can you please tell me where spot 20 is? But finally, after going down 2 different streets, 2 wrong streets, I went down the 3rd right street and found it. They were not in numerical order. That's the thing. They're in an order, right, that strip, but then it was an order, like you couldn't just go, oh, then right over here is the next one. It kind of was weird. But anyway, 40 minutes, people. 40 minutes I wandered around looking for my car. I am very impressed with myself because I did not cry. I did not call my husband in a panic. I simply texted him, can't find the car, may take a little longer. And he was waiting expectantly for me to call, full of tears, but I never did. Oh my gosh. I was like, I'm officially too old to be left on my own again anymore. I can't go anywhere. I can't remember where the car is. And then my daughter's like, you know what, Mom? I think on Google Maps there's this thing where you can like mark your parking spot. And I was like, wait, what? So she showed me how to do it, her and my husband. He hadn't heard about it either. But she mentioned it. She doesn't even drive, but she knows this because technology and her just are simpatico. They are not with me. And so now he showed me how to do it. And so now I do feel a little more calm about the next time I'm alone by myself and parking the car, I will be able to find it again because Google Maps will keep track of me. I don't trust my brain to remember, but I trust Google Maps. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So embarrassing, but at least I wasn't with anybody. It was just myself, right? I was only harming myself, walking around and around and around. Ugh. One last story. I know I've told a whole bunch of stories. I showed a lot of finishing, and I got a lot of stories to tell. We went and saw Phantom Menace in the theater. Super fun. Then we watched Empire Strikes Back and on Star Wars Day. And then we also watched Tales of the Empire. It's a cartoon series. Highly recommend. Really good. We liked the other one, Tales from the Jedi, and now the Tales from the Empire of the Bad Guys. Also very good. We've only watched the first 2 episodes, to be fair, but they were both excellent, and I know it's going to be awesome. We are Star Wars fans in this house, and I made Star Wars cupcakes, which I posted on my Instagram. Yeah, my kids, my adult children were like, "You're making the cupcakes, right?" I was like, "Yes, I'm going to make the cupcakes. This is tradition now. It's what we do." So, yeah, it's been an eventful month. Lots of fun stuff happened. Lots of good things happened. But I hope that there's a lot of holidays in May, a lot of free days. So I'm hoping I get a lot of cross-stitching and sewing time, but no more crazy adventures. I've had enough adventures for a while. I'd like a nice, smooth, calm, nothing happening. Okay, so until the end of May, happy stitching. Thank you again, and I will see you in a month. Tschüss, ciao, bye.